Hey everyone, I've got another Digimon video for today. This time it is on another red deck, and it is on Jesmon. Now, I wanted to do a video on this one for quite some time, however, I was missing two of the cards I needed for this deck. And thankfully, I managed to pick them up just earlier, and there were some of the cards I was waiting on that I mentioned in probably the last Digimon video I did. So, this one is probably out of date at the moment. However, I picked it up because it is getting a starter deck later on in October. So I wanted to have this here now just so I can have a basis set for it. So we'll start off with, of course, the eggs. Of course, the new standard 4 of the same egg. We're going with the Digimon. This one is probably the most basic draw for red. If this Digimon has 6,000 DP or more, you draw one card. Pretty simple. And in this deck especially, you don't need any more than 4 of the eggs. So this is perfectly fine. Let's get Jesmon out of the way, as he's the only level 6 in this deck and the main boss of the deck. So we'll just go to Jesmon, which we play 4 of. Now his first effect is when attacking, you may play one Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. That's pretty good. When you play another Digimon, this Digimon gets plus 3k DP and piercing for the turn. That's pretty cool. So even if you attack into one of your opponent's Digimon, you will still deal security damage. So that's pretty nice. Now, alone, he doesn't look all that good, but again, a lot of level 6s, well, some level 6s don't look good on their own, but it's based on what you can build up to them with. So that's Jesmon. The first level 3 we've got is a Searcher, and it is Huckmon, Jesmon's base form. This has an on-play effect. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add up to 2 Digimon cards with Huckmon, Jesmon, or Sistermon in their names, and add them to your hand, and then place the remaining on the bottom at any order. Now, this is one of the Searchers that actually lets you get 2 cards, which is pretty nice. And which is why only playing the 4 level 6s isn't really a problem, as most likely you will be able to find them. And there's quite a bit of draw power thanks to Digimon and more cards in the stack. So that is it for this Huckmon. Of course, like every other Digimon deck so far, it's got a Searcher for something, which is pretty nice. The next level 3 we've got is another Huckmon. This one instead has an inheritable effect, which is pretty nice. When attacking, once per turn, reveal the top 5 cards of the deck, add all cards with Sistermon and their names to your hand, and then place the remaining on the bottom. Pretty nice. So if you get a whole thing of Sistermons, you get to add them all, which is pretty nice. And we should be getting to the Sistermons soon. The last red, yellow, the next red, last red level 3 in the deck is Biomon. When attacking once per turn, when this Digimon attacks a player, you draw 1 card. So that's a pretty nice to pair off of Digimon. So with that, you get to draw 2 cards, which is pretty nice. Here is the first of the Sistermons. This is Sistermon Blanc. All turns, while you have a Digimon with Huckmon in its name or Royal Knight in its type in play, all of your Digimon with Sistermon in their names gains blocker. And on play, you trigger draw 1. That's pretty good. Of course, you can play this without paying its memory cost with Jesmon's effect. Or you can just play it straight away if you have the memory for it. The next Sistermon is 2 Sistermon Blanc Awakened. This one has the on play. You may place one Systemon Blanc from your hand or trash at the bottom of this Digimon's Digivolution cards to recover +1. So you get to heal 1 to your security, which is pretty nice. Not a lot of red decks are able to do that. On deletion, return 1 card with Jesmon, Huckmon, or Systemon in its name other than itself from your trash to your hand. So that's pretty good. And one of the only ways you can get back a limited card in this deck, which is unfortunate. Onto the level 4s, we've got Huckmon's evolved form, Bow Huckmon. When attacking once per turn, if you have a Digimon with Systemon in its name in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. That is pretty good for a level 4's inheritable. The next level 4 is probably one of the best level 4s for red, and that is Starter Deck 1, Greymon. Pretty simple inheritable ability. It just gives the Digimon above it security attack +1. Again, one of the best cards in red. We've got 2 of the cost 1 to evolve blocker for red, Monochromon. Blocker, it's a blocker, pretty simple. We've got 3 more Sistermons here. This is Sistermon Seal. All turns, all of your Digimon with Huckmon or Royal Knight in its types gets +2,000 DP. And on play, you gain 1 memory. So technically, its play cost is only 3, which is pretty nice. And again, you can use it with Jesmon's effect to essentially just use Jesmon's effect to gain 1 memory, which is pretty cool. Now the limited card, Savior Huckmon. When Digivolving, you may play 1 Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand without paying its memory cost. More ways to get Sistermons out onto the field. And then it's inheritable when attacking once per turn. If you have a Digimon with Sistermon in play, unsuspend this Digimon. Yes, unfortunately, this card is limited. So, yeah. If it wasn't, you'd definitely play 4 of it. However, as things stand, we've only got the 1. However, there is a new Savior Huckmon coming out, but it's definitely not as good as this one. The other level 5 I've got to essentially replace the other missing Savior Huckmons is Volcdramon. It's pretty much the same as the level 4 Greymon in the deck. It gives your Digimon above it security attack +1, which is pretty nice. So that on top of the Greymon, you'd get a security +2 on top of a Digimon's base security attack +1, or well, a Digimon's security attack, which is 1. So with those 2 combined with Voltramon and Greymon combined, you get security attack +3, which is pretty nice. We do have a level 7 in the deck, and that is Omnimon. I managed to get a second copy of the Blitzing Omnimon, which is pretty nice, a bit ago, and everything else that is red or blue is updated with these. When Digivolving, you get Blitz, which means you can attack even when your opponent has 1 memory or more, so you can still attack even if it's your opponent's turn. When Digivolving, unsuspend this Digimon all turns. If an opponent's effect would delete this Digimon or return it to its owner's hand or deck, you may prevent this from leaving play by trashing a level 6 Digimon in this card's Digivolution cards, which is pretty cool, and is typically the finisher of this deck. So you'd attack with Jesmon with however many security attacks you manage to give him, and then finish your opponent off with Omnimon. We have a Tamer in the deck, probably the best red Tamer, Taikamiya, from base set in Digimon, which is pretty good. Start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, set your memory to 3. Of course, he's a memory resetter. On top of his other effect, all of your red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain security attack +1. And ever since the X antibody stuff came out, he is seeing a lot more play again, which is pretty good. That is it for the Tamers. We've got a few option cards in the deck. We've got Judgment of the Blade, which is Jesmon's signature option card. Main effect. One of your Digimon with Huckmon in its name or Royal Knight in its type can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon for the turn. And then its security effect, you may play one Digimon card with Systemon in its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost, and then you add this card to your hand. A very good security effect. The next option card we've got is a Delicate Plan. Since this is an OTK deck, this will help out a lot. Main, one of your Digimon gains. This Digimon doesn't activate the security effects of any cards it checks for the turn. Pretty nice. So option cards, it stops. Digimon with security effects, it stops. So that way, your Jesmon can take out all of your opponent's security in peace. That is it for Delicate Plan. And the final card of the deck, just to give it more searchability, is Red Memory Boost. Main, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 red Digimon card from among them to your hand. Place the remaining on the bottom in any order, and then this is placed in your battle area. And then main, delay. Trash this card in your battle area to activate the effect below. You can't activate this effect the turn it enters play. You gain 2 memory. Pretty good, and more ways to get more memory. And that is it for Jesmon. And again, probably sometime in October, I'll have the updated deck for this guy. I hope you enjoyed this video.